The BMW E30 M3 needs no introduction other than to say it's an icon of automotive sporting car history. And these E30s are really coming into their vintage now as a future classic. Their timeless look representing their period perfectly amongst today's modern design. And the market for the E30s is really strong across all makes and models. But the M3 is something a lot more special. Instantly recognisable by these menacing wide arches and a whole lot of other hidden gems once we dig a bit deeper. But firstly, what makes the E30 M3 so iconic? Well, it was released as a homologation special. BMW developed the E30 race car for the Group A Touring Car Championship. But before they could go racing, they had to make 5,000 of these, a consumer road legal variant. And so the M3 was born. They sold 17,000 of them. The race car went on to become one of the most successful touring cars in history, and the E30 M3 single-handedly launched the identity of the M brand as BMW's consumer sports car. A quick bit of research tells me there's only about 20 of these in Australia, all originally coming from Germany in left-hand drive only. This one in the factory colour of diamond Schwarz metallic with a red interior. Now, let's dive a little bit deeper, and I want to take you on a walk around with me to show you what you're actually bidding on. Firstly, the diamond Schwarz metallic paint. It's in immaculate condition, partly due to the fact it has been resprayed, but the way this car's been put back together is spot on. The panel gaps are perfect, most notably these window and door trims, which on the original cars can tend to fall out of alignment. The other thing I couldn't help but notice was the quality of all the seals and rubbers. Remember, these cars were not built for Australian summers, so the fact that they're all in such good condition around the whole car means it's been well garaged and well looked after its whole life. I've had a look around at all four wheels and they are all in great condition. This 16-inch multi-spoke design from factory wrapped in some super sport tyres in the Dunlop Dureza Z2s. The M3 obviously came with updated springs and dampers, and the braking is the ABS system from the race car. Okay, so I need to tell you about this spoiler. It's an aftermarket modification from the special edition M3 called the Sport Evo. And it's really cool because from factory, it came with 3 adjustable settings. The lowest downforce was called the Monza, the middle was normal, and the highest downforce setting was called the Nürburgring. How cool is that? And as we continue moving around the car, you'll see a trend of more Sport Evo upgrades. Oh, we have to do something. Come with me. The obligatory BMW test of the toolbox. And look at that. Everything perfectly aligned. Nothing's been taken out to assemble some IKEA furniture inside. Very impressive. Well, as expected, everything in the engine bay is absolutely immaculate. We have the upgraded anti-roll bar in carbon fibre and some more Sport Evo upgrades in the red plugs and rail. The 2.3 litre 4-cylinder S14 has been completely rebuilt with forged internals and has only done about 3,000 Ks. Did you know the S14 got its name because it only took 14 days to develop? How insane. I wonder if the S55 took 55 days. Oh, listen to that. Do it again. German engineering at its finest. Let's jump in. Here we go. Well, sat inside, you can't help but notice the bold red interior. These actually have been retrimmed. The original were grey. These are also the updated Sport Evo seats, and they do give plenty of support in the hips and in the shoulders. We also have the optioned 3-spoke sport steering wheel, which looks and feels great. And then there's the 5-speed manual gearbox. And there's a dead giveaway that this car was originally European delivered. That's because it has a dogleg first gear. Japan and USA were delivered with a standard H pattern. Next, I need to turn your attention to this dashboard because it's absolutely immaculate. E30 dashes are really prone to cracks, but this one, very, very clean. And my favorite part of the condition of this interior are these trays down here. Anyone that knows an E30 knows that the trays in the corners here will bubble, but this one is absolutely clean. I love it. And the last thing I want to show you will require me to turn the ignition on. So we turn it on and we get this little check light flashing here, which directs you to this check box up here. Hold the check button, and if all the lights are on, you're good to go with no issues. How cool is that? And let's be honest, who doesn't like an overhead button to make them feel like a pilot? And there's nothing left to do now but start it up. And have a listen to that upgraded exhaust, nice and deep and throaty, and you can feel the upgraded cams under the bonnet as well. A quick squirt on the accelerator. And you can tell that the throttle response is right there. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to drive this car today because it has just been sold. So with full respect to the owner, we're going to leave it exactly where it is. But what more can I say other than it is a pristine example of an E30 M3. Well, there it is, an icon of the past, the present, and I'm sure the future. And I would much rather drive something like this than a lot of modern sports cars out there today. With its rich racing pedigree and hero status, as a car enthusiast, it just makes you feel special. A lot of modern sports cars turn a lot of heads these days, but this turns the right heads. And after having left quite the impression, the E30 was tucked away, ready to start its next chapter with its new owner. What a lucky human.